Well, good morning to you. We have some showers and storm activity coming in later in the day. I'll have more about that coming up in just a moment.
Right now this morning, a UWL professor says Saturday's deadly Minnesota shooting could change politics. We'll tell you how. And President Trump cutting his G7 trip short as strikes rock the Middle East, the latest this morning. If you bought a hedge trimmer at Home Depot recently, there's a recall you'll want to know about. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter on this Tuesday, June 17th. Hope your morning is off to a great start. We'll send it back over to meteorologist Art Jarrett. Art, some areas are having a beautiful looking morning out there, aren't they?
100%. Yeah, we just saw Eau Claire. That was looking great out there, man. My goodness. All right, so what's going to happen? As I mentioned, late in the day, we're talking probably into the evening, maybe even later on. You're going to see some showers popping in, so a good time to get your lawn mowed. We'll also see in the evening showers and storms are possible, but they will increase later on tonight, and that's going to be coming all the way into tomorrow as well, all day. You've got some cloud cover that's moving in, at least mostly cloudy to cloudy skies in the forecast. Eau Claire had a little bit of light shower activity this early morning, but again, that's now kind of ticked off to the east there. We're also finding ourselves, you go down to the south by La Crosse, not much happening there, except the cloud cover continues to increase. We're also holding on to a marginal risk of, I should say a low risk of weather here as far as severe weather kicking in. Prairie du Chien is in that. La Crosse is not, nor is Black River Falls or even Eau Claire for that matter. Current temperatures for you right now still in the 60s, not much change. 66 in Eau Claire, La Crosse, Eau Claire at 63 degrees. You'll go through the day with some sunshine for Eau Claire, and it is a marvelous looking morning right now. Getting into some cloudier skies. The possibility of showers are a little bit on the slim side for you, but you'll pick it up as you get into areas right by La Crosse. You see a 20% chance of that occurring going into the latter portion of your afternoon. There's that batch of moisture out there. You can see it there. We'll hold on to this with clearing skies to mostly cloudy skies again with showers coming in later on tonight. You'll see that go all the way through tomorrow with more showers and storm activity swirling across the region and then ticking out of the area by the time we end the evening commute, and we should be done. We'll also find ourselves getting into temperatures today to be widespread in the 70s and the low to middle 80s. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Art. A man is charged with assassinating a Minnesota state representative and her husband. 57-year-old Vance Bolter made his first court appearance yesterday. He's charged in both state and federal court with murder. Bolter also shot another lawmaker and his wife. They survived. Police say he went to two other lawmakers' homes early that same morning.
This was a targeted attack against individuals who answered the call to public service.
Captured after a 36-hour manhunt near his home. Police found assault rifles in his car and a notebook with 45 other lawmakers' names. And in light of that incident, lawmakers are getting an emergency security briefing on Capitol Hill this morning. Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin was reportedly on Bolter's list of those 45 targets. News 8 Now's Grace Monk spoke with a UWL professor about the rise in violence.
According to a spokesperson for Senator Tammy Baldwin, her name was included on a list of lawmakers found in the alleged shooter's car. Her team says she is, quote, grateful for law enforcement's swift action to keep the community safe and remains focused on the things that matter most here. Honoring the legacy and life of Rep. Melissa Hortman and her husband Mark, praying for the other victims who are fighting for their lives, and condemning this abhorrent, senseless political violence. Congressman Derek Van Orden says a threat was made against his family back in May. While his name wasn't included on the list, he says the violent rhetoric needs to stop.
There should be no reason at all that we're trying to perform our functions and worry about leaving our husbands or our wives or our kids and grandkids to go to Washington, D.C. or Madison to perform the functions that we've been elected to do.
Violence in American politics isn't new, but a political expert from UWL says digital media has changed the way it occurs.
It's different now because of the digital age and the risks of people, being motivated to commit acts of violence through what they're seeing online.
Chergosky says online threats and harassment are a growing concern for all three levels of government. He worries the uptick in violence will prevent people from running for office.
We need capable, qualified people to want to be in politics if they are concerned about threats and even violence.
The acts of violence in Minnesota raise concerns about the safety of state and local politicians. Chergosky says the Minnesota and Wisconsin state capitals have limited security.
There are not metal detectors. There are obviously security guards there and police, but you don't have to pass a security screening before you can go in. You can just kind of walk right in.
Grace Monk, News 8 Now this morning.
Chergosky says the attack could change how accessible government buildings and politicians will be to the public. A Toma man is facing 26 felonies for child sex crimes. James Ostinger appeared in court yesterday. He was arrested back in November for allegedly possessing child sex abuse images and videos. His next court appearance is set for October 27th. A Prairie du Chien man is in custody on child enticement charges. Sean Levick is accused of luring a 14-year-old into his van earlier this month. Investigators say he had intentions of engaging in sexual acts, but the victim got away. Levick, a registered sex offender, is being held on a $50,000 bond. President Trump is back on U.S. soil this morning after leaving a day early from the G7 summit amid rising conflict between Israel and Iran. Taking a live look at some of the devastation in Tel Aviv this morning, it appears this is a lot where some burned vehicles and buses are. Israel and the U.S. say they want to stop Iran from acquiring a nuclear weapon, but the U.S. is indicating it has no interest in getting directly involved in the military offensive. CBS News' Naomi Ruckham reports.
President Donald Trump cut short his trip to the G7 in Canada, returning to Washington overnight as the latest Israel-Iran conflict stretches into a fifth day.
I have to be back early for obvious reasons.
In a social media post, the president said his early exit does not have to do with ceasefire negotiations, also adding that it's, quote, much bigger than that. For weeks, President Trump pushed Iran to re-enter talks on its nuclear program.
I think a deal will be signed or something will happen, but a deal will be signed. And I think Iran is foolish not to sign one.
Monday, the president warned that everyone should immediately evacuate Tehran without explaining why. U.S. officials tell CBS News that American forces are not joining Israel's offensive, though the Pentagon has deployed more assets to the region, including another carrier strike group. Israel released video of its strikes on military targets in Iran, though blasts Monday also hit this building during a live broadcast of Iran state TV. This morning, Israel said it has killed another top Iranian military official. Israeli officials have defended the strikes as necessary to curtail Iran's nuclear program.
The truth of the matter is there was no other choice.
Sirens and blasts rocked Tel Aviv and Jerusalem this morning. The U.S. State Department is warning Americans not to travel to Israel. The embassy in Jerusalem says it's not in a position to assist with evacuations.
Before departing, Trump signed a statement with other G7 leaders supporting Israel and affirming Iran can never have nuclear weapons. A three-judge panel, meanwhile, will decide today whether Trump must return California's National Guard to Governor Newsom. Trump deployed 2,000 troops to Los Angeles during immigration raid protests. A district judge ruled Trump exceeded his authority and violated the 10th Amendment. An appeals court temporarily blocked that ruling. Senate Republicans want to change President Trump's agenda bill. The bill would lock in Trump-era tax cuts and slash Medicaid. It would cap state and local tax deductions and require more Medicaid parents work. The bill also makes the expanded child tax credit permanent. Senate committees aim to pass it next week and deliver a final deal by July 4th. A Monroe County worker fighting back after being told to remove pride flags. The Human Services employee and colleagues hung pride flags in their office windows. The county administrator ordered all displays removed. The email cited preserving neutrality, dignity, and historical integrity of county buildings. The worker says employees routinely hang breast cancer banners, and the pride flags show they serve everyone.
Because people that are part of this community live in this county. They work here, they're your friends, they're your neighbors, they're your brothers and sisters. And letting them know that they are seen and valued, I didn't believe was a controversial message.
News 8 has reached out to Osterberg for reaction. We haven't heard back. The Winona School District, meanwhile, says it made a $1.6 million cut to next year's budget. Staffing changes making up most of those cuts. The district is eliminating 5 elementary classrooms. Leaders say funding isn't keeping up with the cost to run the schools.
Every single aspect of our district operations continues to become more and more expensive every year.
The district also plans to leave some vacant positions open to save on costs. Governor Tony Evers visited La Crosse to showcase his solution to the housing crisis. He toured the collective on 4th, a $16 million development with 62 mixed-income units. The South Side project is a model the governor says he wants to see replicated statewide.
Well, the good news is a lot of the organizations that helped with this have footprints in other parts of the state, but it's all about bringing partnerships together, and that's, I think we do a good job at that, but also the nonprofits that are part of the system of building affordable housing.
Evers also visited the low-income housing units in Hayward. The time now is 6:09. Still ahead on your morning news. Trump pulls back ICE raids. We'll tell you where. A final sale hearing for 23andMe is today, and a hedge trimmer is being recalled.
A growing trend in travel. Hotels tailoring a stay just for you before you walk in the door, or even land on a glacier. I'm Wendy Gillette in the Swiss Alps, with properties going the extra mile to deliver a hyper-personalized experience.
And for now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. Jewelry lovers are salivating this morning over an auction taking place today. A rare and mammoth pink diamond, believed to have once belonged to Marie Antoinette, is slated to hit the auction block in New York. The 10.38 carat kite-shaped sparkler is expected to fetch between $3 and $5 million. Where do you wear such a thing if you acquire it? And as you start to wake up this morning, leaving you with a quick wake-up call with the city that is home to the world's largest baseball bat. That's Louisville, Kentucky, Louisville. Stay with us. Your morning consumer news is after the break.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
If nagging, persistent joint pain has upended your life, listen, there's a solution for long-lasting relief. No surgery, drugs, or downtime. QC Kinetics uses a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue in your knees, shoulders, hips, and more. QC Kinetics targets the source of your pain, not just the symptoms. Thousands of patients have experienced life-changing results, and they're right here. Find out if you're a candidate for this game-changing therapy. Call QC Kinetics today for a free consultation.
Hey guys, it's Brody from Great River Harley-Davidson. I'm here to invite you to our grand reopening anniversary party on Saturday, June 21st. Come check out our fully renovated dealership with enhanced parts, award-winning service, and trend-setting apparel department. On June 21st, we'll have Brian Simpson from 95.7 emceeing our ribbon cutting. We have a bike blessing, hog roast, music by Brian Stein, and much, much more. Join us June 21st for Great River's grand reopening and anniversary party.
It's weird to admit, but it's true. I'm selling Chevys. 2024 Malibus to be exact, starting at $17,890, $299 down, and $299 per month. It's Malibu Madness. And they feature great options including heated seats, remote start, Apple CarPlay, and up to 36 miles per gallon. All have low miles with remaining factory warranty. But the bad part is these are getting harder to get. So if you're in the market for an affordable ride, come see us today at Chrysler Winona, Highway 61, Winona.
Taste a sweet strawberry, a Jolivet strawberry. Stop by Jolivet Family Farms Market today for some fresh Jolivet's homegrown strawberries. Available 7 days a week in the market. Check for availability. Jolivet's also features a large selection of fresh vegetables and homegrown produce. There is no sweeter strawberry in the world than a Jolivet strawberry. Only at Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
Stella Jones Corporation in Bangor has immediate openings and wants you to apply. They say this job takes grit, attention to detail, and ability to work as a team. Stella Jones Corporation is where safety matters and wages sustain a comfortable living. If you have what it takes and can stand behind our railroads, then we want you to apply today.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Well, good morning to you. As we get into your day here, we are looking at highs to be around the upper 70s to the low to middle 80s in your forecast. Yeah, the humidity is here. We've already seen at least up to 90% humidity in some cases this early morning. So please make sure that you hydrate today as we go through the afternoon. Looking at Wisconsin, that's Eau Claire to be exact, holding on to some pretty milky skies out there right now with a little light breeze. This will be on Alaska, as you can see here. Also a little bit of gray on the skies. 66 degrees out there, 93% humidity already holding on to your forecast there, so a little uncomfortable in the morning. I had to take it to Dubuque, Iowa. That's why I said that was Wisconsin earlier, because I want to make sure you see this. A little bit of patchy fog out there right now. Yeah, 3 miles of visibility you can see there already happening, but it's a beautiful view. It's the closest I can get you to Prairie du Chien. So as we're taking a look here, you've got a chance to mow your lawn. It's a yellow light there. You get a red light tomorrow because we have a lot of storm activity all day under cloudy skies. And then Thursday, you have maybe a light chance of that happening again as far as storms are concerned, but we will see some come later back into the overnight hours going into Friday. How about this, though? As we roll right through Tuesday, you have a 20% chance of showers, possibly picking up to about a 40% chance as we go overnight. And in fact, we'll see that continue on all the way into Friday, into Thursday, as I mentioned to you already, or at least Wednesday. You'll also find yourself with some skies holding on to at least mostly cloudy skies for Eau Claire, giving way to 70s and some 80s in the picture, possibly for your forecast today. Highs for Wednesday, well, you're looking at 70s widespread, so a little bit on the cooler side with some storm activity and breezy winds up to 44 plus miles per hour. You carry over into Wednesday for Eau Claire. You're looking at more showers and storms popping in, at least, and giving way to some clearing skies going into your evening. That's a look at your forecast. Back to you.
In your morning consumer news, the Trump administration is halting some ICE raids. A senior ICE official ordered agents to stop enforcement at farms, restaurants, and hotels. Trump acknowledged his immigration policy made it hard to replace workers. The shift comes after a week of anti-ICE protests across the country. It marks a major change in Trump's mass deportation campaign promises. And the sale hearing for the 23andMe bid acquisition is today. The co-founder's nonprofit won the bid to acquire the genetic testing company. TTAM Research Institute will buy 23andMe for $305 million. The company has genetic data from 15 million consumers. More than 24 states filed suit yesterday to block selling genetic data without customer consent. If you have one of these Ryobi hedge trimmers, there's a recall to let you know about. TTI Outdoor Power Equipment recalling 113,000 of the Ryobi 40-volt cordless hedge trimmer. The blade can unexpectedly activate and cause cuts. There have been 27 reports of that happening with 16 injuries. They were sold at Home Depot, and you can take it back there if you've got one. The hyper-competitive travel industry is breeding a new trend of hyper-personalization, which means customizing a stay before the guest walks through the door. Wendy Gillette explains.
This just in. Renowned journalist Wendy Gillette has arrived at the Peninsula London.
This mock CBS News special report was playing on a loop as I entered the hotel room at the new Peninsula London.
Stay tuned as we bring you live updates.
It was delivered with a personalized treat, courtesy of the in-house suites team, a common welcome.
Every repeat guest was once a first-time guest, and I think it's about getting it right in the first time.
The property, which pays tribute to aviation and automotive history, provides a range of high-end vehicles for transport. Guests can also indulge in unique spa treatments like a 24-karat gold mask and check in or out any time of the day.
Time is not something that money can buy, but it's sort of this effortless travel that we are after.
Future Market Insights predicts personalization in the travel industry will grow almost 18% from 2022 to 2032, eventually hitting $620 million. Hotel Schweizerhof in Bern, Switzerland delivers customization, setting up special experiences, like seeing the sights from a hot air balloon, while Royal Savoy Hotel and Spa in nearby Lausanne, overlooking Lake Geneva, arranges private winemaker tastings.
Experiences are creating memories, and I think you want to have memories and you want to share memories.
A personalized stay at Bergenstock in Lucerne, Switzerland, one of those we visited for a special rate, begins with VIP access on this catamaran. Then a ride on a cable railway to reach the resort. Movie buffs will note the chapel where Audrey Hepburn got married, not far from a 2-floor spa offering a gold hot stone massage and these vistas.
But perhaps the most jaw-dropping experience of Bergenstock ends up here on a glacier in the Swiss Alps, eating a traditional dish.
In a field next to grazing cows, a helicopter whisks guests to the glacier where a chef prepares raclette.
People come, want an experience, they want to really connect with the environment.
Bergenstock's more than 80 experiences help customize that connection.
More hotels are adding in-room features like mood lighting and tech-friendly temperature and curtain controls to allow guests to customize their rooms as well. That's a look at your consumer news. We'll send it over to Art now. He's got an update on our forecast.
Your customized forecast getting into your area today. Late day showers and storm activity possibly coming in later for now, unless that break of warmer air that's really blocking all of this, I should say drier air that's blocking most of this storm activity from coming in sooner. Late evening showers and possible storm activity possible ramping up into the nighttime hours. As you can see here, getting into it, we have a low risk for severe weather south of La Crosse, but it includes Prairie du Chien and most of southern Wisconsin. We'll get into tomorrow where you have at least well, over by Madison, they have a low risk of severe weather. Milwaukee has a slight risk of severe weather. We are not in that at all, believe it or not, but we've got some good-looking storms on tap for that day. Thursday, you have, again, potential for a marginal risk, and that's for the entire region, most of the state to be exact. Holding on to that moisture, as you can see, really beginning to build up right now, and that continues to be edged right now by some drier air. Holding on to highs for Tuesday, you can see why, because we've got temperatures in the upper 70s to the low to middle 80s for the forecast today. 81 for La Crosse, holding on to some showers, slowly but surely working in with cloud cover increasing as we go through the daytime and evening hours. You can see that going on all the way into the overnight hours with more showers and storms after the midnight hour, continue to press across the region. Storm activity associated with that as well. We also have some wraparound moisture kind of coming from Mason City working towards La Crosse as we go right into it. By 9 o'clock, you're going to see this continue to just spin right over La Crosse in areas by Black River Falls and Sparta, Holman. You've got that all in there. Shelby, Toma, you guys are all in that mix as well. But it continues to push a little bit to the east-northeast, and as it slowly begins to get out of the way by 6 o'clock, we should be mostly in the dry conditions for the evening commute, and then finishing out going into the overnight hours. That is out of our region, and it's done. So as we take account of what's happening here, this is Thursday storm activity coming in, some light showers to boot as we go in the noon hour, and then eventually storm activity comes in into the late night and overnight hours. Yeah, those are going to be some micro complexes kind of pushing through the area, ridge riders as they like to call them. We'll hold on to the rainfall as we go into today. Not much happening here locally crossing the river. Then eventually it expands as we go into Wednesday all the way to the 11 o'clock hour at night. 2 to 3 inches of rainfall in some cases, maybe 5 for La Crosse for now. Of course, that'll probably change. And then getting into more rainfall, that's just a little bit of a taste going into Thursday to finish out the day because they're coming in later on that night. Highs for Wednesday, you're looking at 70s widespread, so a little bit on the cooler side because of that cooler air coming in after that cold front slips through. Holding on to at least Thursday where you're seeing temperatures respawn, getting back into warmer conditions. Widespread 80s for you, picking up again by Friday. You're looking at a mix of upper 70s to around the middle 80s in your forecast. Taking into account temperatures for today, 81 to some 70s, getting in your forecast. The stormy conditions tomorrow, 20% chance, so a limited amount of shower activity coming our way for Thursday. More showers for Friday. Overnight Saturday, you've got some storms coming in, but they quell as we go into the afternoon for a day of sunshine going into Sunday with above seasonal average temperatures in the low 90s, picking up more storms coming back again for the beginning of next week.
Thank you, Art. Top vaccine scientists dismissed by Kennedy warn of destabilized U.S. health policy. Hear their concerns about lost expertise in our next half hour. And pride flags sparking controversy in Monroe County. We'll tell you what's going on and why they've been ordered to remove all personal belief displays.
Coming up in the Blitz, the Aquinas baseball team is preparing for their third straight trip to state with a game tomorrow against Seymour, plus the Steam aiming to knock off the top team in the Northwoods League after this.
How do you find the best personal injury lawyer? You ask other lawyers. Every partner at Bygoff and Rohde has been ranked in the top 5% by their peers. Hire the MVPs of personal injury. Call BGR.
You may not realize it, but Boyers
and Pleasning have a lot in common.
We used to be neighbors at West and South Avenue.
Then we moved south to Ward Avenue.
And we moved north to George and Gillette, but we still have a lot in common. like comfort.
Like the comfort of a Please-Name taco.
The comfort of a Boyer's sofa.
Please-Name chili.
A Boyer's love seat.
Please-Name rubs.
The ultimate in comfort. A Boyer's recliner.
And a Please-Name Bloody Mary.
You're young, but your bathroom is old. I get it. I visit my kids, grandkids, my precious great-grandkids. Doesn't fit their lifestyle. Not safe. Old and ugly. You'll be amazed at the transformation you can make in just a few days. New tub and shower with all new fixtures, new toilet, new sink and vanity, new flooring, at an investment much less than you might think. Call the Board Store Home Improvements today for a prompt free estimate on your new bathroom.
A great percentage of what we do at the Pump House Regional Arts Center is impacted by tourists. When tourists come to the La Crosse region, it benefits everyone. They seek out many opportunities to experience theater, concerts, outdoor, wildlife, dining. It connects us all.
The Power of Tourism, brought to you by Explore La Crosse.
This is Arby's $7 Euro meal. Do the Greeks have a god of meat? If they don't, is there a form we need to fill out? A number to call? Arby's, we have the meat.
Some decisions you can make quickly. I'm all in. But when you're hiring a personal injury lawyer, trust me, you're gonna win big. Do your research and object to anything less than the best. Call BGR.
Keeping you safe and ahead of the storm with current conditions and updated video forecasts from the local team that warns you first. The News 8 Now First Warn Weather app, giving you more than what you'd expect. Get it now. No, seriously, like, right now. News 8 Now Sports.
Welcome to the Blitz. Well, it is the final week of high school sports here in Wisconsin. State tournaments in baseball and girls soccer putting a bow on the 2024-25 school year. The Aquinas Blue Gold will be back in Grand Chute after a state title a season ago. Aquinas was given the challenge of being bumped up to Division II, and they have embraced it. Now they're making their third straight appearance at Fox City Stadium. Blue Golds won a couple one-run games last Tuesday in Merrill to extend their win streak to 9 games. Mike D's team is trying to recapture that state championship winning feeling from last year, especially senior Jacob Thornton.
That's definitely the ultimate goal. I mean, it's just even a blessing to even make it a state. I'm so glad to just play the max amount of baseball I definitely could, and to replicate that feeling would mean the world to me.
The Blue Gold's opponent, Seymour, making their first ever trip to the state tournament. So boys from La Crosse will certainly have that element of playing at this stage the last 2 seasons on their side.
It definitely helps to know the place. It's like we kind of talked about it, like you walk in there and some people look around and be like, it's a big stadium, but for us, we've been there before, so hopefully we're less focused on that and just on the game.
And it is an early first pitch tomorrow, 9 a.m. sharp for these 2 teams. Winner will advance to play whoever is victorious between New Berlin, Eisenhower, and Reedsburg Thursday at 3 p.m. Loggers were on the road last night. That meant La Crosse Steam taking center stage over at Copeland Park. Bit of a slow start to the season, but a big opportunity against the best team in the league. Let's go to the Shipyard. Steam up against the Madison Nightmares. First inning, good start for the home side. Runner on second, and Grace Frichette with a liner out to right field as Ashley Shantos rounds third and scores. Later in the inning, Callie Janik at the plate. She goes back up the middle. Center fielder cannot make the play. Another run scores. Steam led by 3 after 1, but Madison would heat up. Third inning, Mallory Blomberg with a nice shot out to left field. That will bounce off the wall for a stand-up double. Next batter, Emma Kavanaugh going past the third baseman into left field. Nightmares would roll from there. 8-3 is your final. Speaking of Loggers, just your average 25-run performance as they improved to 16-6 in a 12-run win over Thunder Bay last night. That'll do for the Blitz. We'll see you back here later tonight.
This 4th of July at Home Sleep Express, raise the bar on your sleep and get up to $500 off and a free $300 shopping card on select Tempur-Pedic mattresses. And pay no interest for 5 years. Plus, get free delivery and setup. The Tempur-Pedic 4th of July sale at Home Sleep Express.
At Overhead Door Company, we repair any garage door and only install the best. Serving up to 100 miles outside of the Onalaska, Wisconsin area. When you need a door company you can trust with your life, call Overhead Door Company of the Seven Rivers region.
A home you love. A business that endures. It takes your vision, your hard work, and your dedication to bring them to life. The right tools help. Case IH truly understands your vision and what you need to achieve it. That's why we build the equipment, the local dealer and service network, and the data and tech you want today and tomorrow. Because we don't just build our equipment to work. We built it to work for you.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships, now including La Crosse and Richland Center.
It's summertime, and the Ford lineup is ready to step into the spotlight. Lights, summer, action. Get great deals on your favorite Ford trucks. Then take advantage of the season. From the built Ford Tough F-150 to the 2024 North American Truck of the Year Super Duty, your local Northland Ford dealers are rolling out the red carpet with exclusive deals on America's best-selling trucks. Get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Don't wait. Last chance to get employee pricing plus more than $11,000 in total savings on a new 2025 F-150. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
At Taco John's, we believe a better Taco Tuesday starts with better tacos. That means using 100% North American beef, cooking shells in-house daily, and a deal that makes you say, how are these only $1.29? Taco Tuesday is every Tuesday at Taco John's.
Your Touchstone Energy Cooperative knows safety is the backbone of reliability. To deliver the power you need means doing things right, so we can continue to provide reliable energy and peace of mind. Because safety runs through everything we do. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information.
If nagging, persistent joint pain has upended your life, listen, there's a solution for long-lasting relief. No surgery, drugs, or downtime. QC Kinetics uses a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue in your knees, shoulders, hips, and more. QC Kinetics targets the source of your pain, not just the symptoms. Thousands of patients have experienced life-changing results, and they're right here. Find out if you're a candidate for this game-changing therapy. Call QC Kinetics today for a free consultation.
During the summer patio sale at Home Seasonal Concepts, when you spend $6.99 or more on patio, you'll get a $100 MasterCard rewards card and get an additional $100 rewards card for every additional $1,000 spent. The summer sale, now at Home Seasonal Concepts.
The News 8 Plus app. Local news on your time.
We're looking at the possibility of a little patchy fog down south to get into it with by Iowa. That'll include Prairie du Chien as well, which is in a low risk for severe weather. More about that coming up in just a moment.
Right now this morning, addressing political violence, what one UWL professor says may change in politics after Saturday's deadly Minnesota lawmaker shooting. President Trump cutting his G7 trip short as strikes rock the Middle East, what we know this morning. And the sunscreen mistake everyone makes and the brands that actually work best for your family. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter. It's Tuesday, June 17th. We will head over now to meteorologist Art Jarrett. He's got an update on our forecast. Some places are waking up to pretty nice days out there, huh?
Yes, indeed. You're 100% right out there. In fact, it'll be a nice day for everybody with at least partly to mostly cloudy skies, with some cloudy skies coming in along areas by Eau Claire, holding on to some low risk for severe weather. You can see south of La Crosse along I-90, holding on to that by Prairie du Chien and most of southern Wisconsin. We'll take it also into account with showers and storms coming in late in the daytime. Current temperatures for you right now, still widespread in the 60s, not much change for the last time I told you about this. Then we'll carry over to how this all looks for the day. A limited amount of rainfall possibilities for Eau Claire this afternoon. Storms coming in later on tonight, though, and that will ramp up. You guys will definitely be in that. We'll also hold on to mostly cloudy skies for the better part of your day. Giving La Crosse sunshine to start, holding on to more like the partly cloudy skies, giving way to mostly cloudy skies for the better part of the afternoon, giving some shower chances coming in as we get into the late afternoon and into the evening commute. We'll also be looking at this. This is the moisture that's on the way. It's coming in from the southwest, and we're looking to see drier air to get out of the way to allow this to come into our forecast a little bit sooner. But right now you see the drier air still there. Showers and storms come in later on tonight and then continue on overnight going into tomorrow for the morning. You'll see that continue to sit and spin and swirl that moisture right over La Crosse and continue all the way through the evening commute and push that out of the region by 10 o'clock. We'll also find ourselves with temperatures today to hold on to at least upper 70s to the low to middle 80s. Get out and enjoy it if you can. Be safe.
Thank you, Art. A man is now charged with assassinating that Minnesota state representative and her husband. 57-year-old Vance Bolter made his first court appearance yesterday. He's charged in both state and federal court with murder. Bolter also shot another lawmaker and his wife. They survived. Police say he went to 2 other lawmakers' homes early that morning.
This was a targeted attack against individuals who answered the call to public service.
Bolter was captured after a 36-hour manhunt near his home. Police found assault rifles in his car and a notebook with 45 lawmakers' names. In light of that incident, lawmakers are getting an emergency security briefing on Capitol Hill this morning. Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin was reportedly on Bolter's list of those 45 targets. News 8 Now's Grace Monk spoke with a UWL professor about the rise in political violence.
According to a spokesperson for Senator Tammy Baldwin, her name was included on a list of lawmakers found in the alleged shooter's car. Her team says she is, quote, grateful for law enforcement's swift action to keep the community safe and remains focused on the things that matter most here. Honoring the legacy and life of Rep. Melissa Hortman and her husband Mark, praying for the other victims who are fighting for their lives, and condemning this abhorrent, senseless political violence. Congressman Derek Van Orden says a threat was made against his family back in May. While his name wasn't included on the list, he says the violent rhetoric needs to stop.
There should be no reason at all that we're trying to perform our functions and worry about leaving our husbands or our wives or our kids and grandkids to go to Washington, D.C. or Madison to perform the functions that we've been elected to do.
Violence in American politics isn't new, but a political expert from UWL says digital media has changed the way it occurs.
It's different now because of the digital age and the risks of people, being motivated to commit acts of violence through what they're seeing online.
Chergosky says online threats and harassment are a growing concern for all 3 levels of government. He worries the uptick in violence will prevent people from running for office.
We need capable, qualified people to want to be in politics if they are concerned about threats and even violence.
The acts of violence in Minnesota raised concerns about the safety of state and local politicians. Chergosky said Minnesota and Wisconsin state capitals have limited security.
There are not metal detectors. There are obviously security guards there and police, but you don't have to pass a security screening before you can go in. You can just kind of walk right in.
Grace Monk, News 8 Now this morning.
Chergosky says the attack could change how accessible government buildings and politicians will be to the public. The Winona School District, meanwhile, says it made a $1.6 million cut to next year's budget. Staffing changes will make up most of those cuts. The district is eliminating 5 elementary classrooms. Leaders say funding isn't keeping up with the cost to run schools.
Every single aspect of our district's operations continues to become more and more expensive every year.
The district also plans to leave some vacant positions open to save on costs. A Monroe County worker is fighting back after being told to remove pride flags. The Human Services employee and colleagues hung pride flags in their office windows. The county administrator ordered all displays be removed. The email she sent cited preserving neutrality, dignity, and historical integrity of the county building. The worker says employees routinely hang breast cancer banners, and the pride flags show they serve everyone.
Because people that are part of this community live in this county. They work here, they're your friends, they're your neighbors, they're your brothers and sisters. And letting them know that they are seen and valued, I didn't believe was a controversial message.
News 8 has reached out to Osterberg for reaction. We haven't heard back. President Trump right now back on U.S. soil after leaving a day early from the G7 summit in Canada amid rising conflict between Israel and Iran. Taking a live look this morning at some of the devastation in Tel Aviv, Israel. You can see some media set up here as well. CBS News' Naomi Ruckham has the latest for us.
President Donald Trump cut short his trip to the G7 in Canada, returning to Washington overnight as the latest Israel-Iran conflict stretches into a 5th day.
I have to be back early for obvious reasons.
In a social media post, the president said his early exit does not have to do with ceasefire negotiations, also adding that it's, quote, much bigger than that. For weeks, President Trump pushed Iran to re-enter talks on its nuclear program.
I think a deal will be signed, or something will happen, but a deal will be signed. And I think Iran is foolish not to sign one.
Monday, the president warned that everyone should immediately evacuate Tehran without explaining why. U.S. officials tell CBS News that American forces are not joining Israel's offensive, though the Pentagon has deployed more assets to the region, including another carrier strike group. Israel released video of its strikes on military targets in Iran, though blasts Monday also hit this building during a live broadcast of Iran state TV. This morning, Israel said it has killed another top Iranian military official. Israeli officials have defended the strikes as necessary to curtail Iran's nuclear program.
The truth of the matter is there was no other choice.
Sirens and blasts rocked Tel Aviv and Jerusalem this morning. The U.S. State Department is warning Americans not to travel to Israel. The embassy in Jerusalem says it's not in a position to assist with evacuations.
Before departing, Trump signed a statement with G7 leaders supporting Israel and affirming Iran can never have nuclear weapons. A three-judge panel, meanwhile, will decide today whether Trump must return California's National Guard to Governor Newsom. Trump deployed 2,000 troops to Los Angeles during immigration raid protests. A district judge ruled Trump exceeded his authority and violated the 10th Amendment. An appeals court temporarily blocked that ruling. And in your morning medical news, 17 vaccine experts fired from the CDC now speaking out. The former advisory committee members warn that Health Secretary RFK Jr. will destabilize U.S. vaccine policy. They say their dismissal stripped the program of institutional knowledge. Kennedy fired them for what he called persistent conflicts of interest. Consumer Reports, meanwhile, just named the best sunscreens for your family. They partnered with a lab to test which products best block those harmful rays. Coppertone Water Babies SPF 50 is what topped the lotion list.
You should be putting a teaspoon onto every part of you. A teaspoon on your face, a teaspoon on each body part, but about a shot glass worth for your body if you're in bikini time.
Vine says the best sunscreen is the one you use consistently. We will send it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett now. He's got a look at our morning commute. We might need some sunscreen today.
Yeah, we should, but we also have ourselves holding on to a little bit of that dry air as well for right now, holding on to a little bit of moisture and humidity picking up too. So yeah, you're gonna need the sunscreen, definitely need that hat as well. Holding on to drier air in the forecast. We'll also see this shower activity coming in later on as we get in the afternoon, possibly finishing out. You can see coming in the evening. Storm activity really ramps up, so that's showing up. That continues all the way through the afternoon and pulling in some moisture and some swirling activity with an area of low pressure that just drives over La Crosse, Prairie du Chien, and then it continues to track out of the region slowly as we finish out the 6 o'clock hour, so we begin to dry it on out going through your evening commute for tomorrow. Breezy winds also up to about 44 miles per hour plus in some cases for tomorrow as well, so bear that in mind. You're going to need to see that we have temperatures holding on to the 70s, upper 70s to the low 80s today. So we have a little bit of heat coming in, and of course we'll roll into that sunshine, holding on to some clearing skies, then put in the clouds later on, back to mostly cloudy to cloudy skies to finish out the remainder of your day. A little bit of gray out there right now for Unalaska, but it looks pretty good for folks on the road, doing pretty well. Roads are dry right now and will remain to do so through the day. You can mow your lawn today, but not tomorrow, possibly on Thursday as well. It should be a pretty good chance for that to happen. We'll carry over to your detailed forecast for today. Showers coming in later on is a 20% chance, ramping up to a 40% chance. And up in Eau Claire, you're looking at a limited amount, but it will pick up later on tonight. Back to you.
Coming up in your Buzz Report, a doctor accused of providing ketamine to Matthew Perry is expected to enter a plea today. We'll have those details ahead.
Get an 11% rebate on everything when you shop at Menards. It's easy to create your dream kitchen with Clearview Cabinetry. They're built to withstand life's sticky messes and offer features like soft closed doors and drawers. Get an 11% rebate on all Clearview Cabinetry. Stay cool this summer with fantastic savings on ceiling fans. View our entire selection today on Menards.com, including indoor-outdoor options. Plus, get an 11% rebate on all Patriot Lighting ceiling fans.
Save big money at Menards.
Taste a sweet strawberry, a Jolivet strawberry. Stop by Jolivet Family Farms Market today for some fresh Jolivet's homegrown strawberries. Available 7 days a week in the market. Check for availability. Jolivet's also features a large selection of fresh vegetables and homegrown produce. There is no sweeter strawberry in the world than a Jolivet strawberry. Only at Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America.
A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering, like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Now, get $4,250 cash allowance. Plus, $2,250 in trade assistance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP.
News 8 Now and Dairyland Power Cooperative present the Community Calendar. For more information on these events, or if you'd like to submit an event, visit news8000.com.
Living with chronic migraine? 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine, and treatment is 4 times a year. So why wait? Talk to your doctor.
Botox effects may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as trouble swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Those with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Side effects may include allergic reactions like rash, breathing problems, dizziness, neck and injection site pain, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions like ALS, myasthenia gravis or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medicines like botulinum toxins, which may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 91% of patients wish they'd started Botox sooner. Ask your doctor today. If eligible, you may pay $0.
All right, and away we go with your local forecast here. We have a low risk for severe weather south of La Crosse. That includes Prairie du Chien and most of the southern portions of Madison, as well as portions of the southern portions of Wisconsin. You'll also see by Thursday, everybody's in the mix here, widespread with a low risk of severe weather, believe it or not. Moisture is on the way and continues to really ramp up in the upper atmosphere and middle atmosphere there. You can see it too, with drier air still associated with this. We also have highs for today getting up to at least upper 70s to the low 80s. So we are warming up from the south and continue to warm up our local temperatures. Humidity is also picking up as we're getting that humidity from the Gulf of Mexico. We'll be picking up again the possibility of light showers coming in around the 5 o'clock hour, trying to get into the evening commute and ramping up overnight. But a lot of that still is over on the western portion of the Mississippi River. It'll cross the river as we go overnight and then continue to ramp up with some serious storm activity working in the area. Believe it or not, we don't have severe weather for that day. Believe it or not, it's mostly getting into outside of the region to the east, as you can see, as it goes all the way out to Milwaukee, getting to Green Bay, and possibly all the way into Chicago. This will continue to ramp up again and just kind of roll over us as we go right through the remainder of the evening commute and push all that moisture out of the area. We should be finished by the 6 o'clock hour, but you're also finding yourselves again with clouds clearing on your Wednesday night going into your Thursday. Take a look at Thursday, by the way. We're holding on to a few more clouds coming in, a little bit of ridge riding coming in. We're seeing storm activity coming back in the forecast going into the overnight for Thursday, going into Friday. So more showers and storms for Friday morning carrying over into the afternoon. That's about a 30% chance. Well, we'll go into today's rainfall. You can see most of it falls short of the river for now, but once that drier air may actually get out of the way, that moisture could just kind of boom, just like it's going to do for tomorrow, and kind of just run right over us. You can see it maybe 3 to 5 inches from Winona all the way to La Crosse, 2 inches for Eau Claire, and maybe at least 2 inches for Viroqua. And in fact, all the way up to the north, you're seeing about an inch, maybe an inch or two there. We'll hold on as we go right into the highs for Wednesday, a little bit on the cooler side with that cooler air and that rainfall slipping through. So widespread 70s for you under cloudy skies. Thursday, we bump you back up and regain that heat, taking all the way up to the widespread 80s for you. Then we'll carry over to Friday with some good looking sunshine coming into the picture and some storm activity, but we'll be warmer. We'll see some upper 70s to the upper 80s in your forecast. Carrying over into your weekend, well, it looks to be a little bit on the sunny side after some early morning rainfall on Saturday. Sunshine for the better part of the day, including Sunday, with temperatures in the 90s for your weekend, and then more storms for next week.
In our Morning Buzz report, a doctor accused of providing ketamine to Matthew Perry will plead guilty. Dr. Salvador Plasencia agreed to plead guilty to 4 ketamine distribution counts. He's one of 5 people charged in Perry's death. Prosecutors say an underground network supplied the ketamine that killed the actor. Plasencia faces up to 40 years and fines. And 21 Pilots is ready to tour again, just 6 months after wrapping a successful Clancy World Tour. The band announced the new tour with the release of the new single, The Contract. The Clancy Tour Breach 2025 launches September 18th in Cincinnati. General ticket sales start Friday.
Dr. Wright, a couple of fast, quick questions here, sir. Ma'am, during your training, when there was a problem, how did you respond? Do you weep?
Why doesn't anybody ask Rick those questions?
The new documentary Sally goes into detail about trailblazing astronaut Sally Ride. The film is out tomorrow and narrated by Tam O'Shaughnessy, Ride's life partner of 27 years.
Over here, Lieutenant. I think someone murdered my brother.
Please, take a chair.
Thank you.
Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson star in the first full trailer for The Naked Gun. The reboot of the 1988 comedy classic arrives in theaters in August. Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8. Mary's turning 88. She enjoys staying active in the church, volunteering at the food pantry, and spending time with her friends and family. Happy birthday to you, Mary. If you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88, we'd love to feature them. Just upload their photo to news8000.com. Stay with us. We have everything you need to know in 5 minutes or less. Your Morning News Now is coming up next.
Tony Nicole, coming up on CBS Mornings, our very own Anthony Mason is teaming up with an Emmy winner, Alan Cumming, to get a behind-the-scenes look at his award-winning reality show. It's called The Traitors. You'll love it. That's coming up on CBS Mornings.
All the financial benefits are awesome. And then on top of that, it's green energy.
We have project managers that will walk you through the process, keep you informed along the way, and make sure that the communication is the best that it can be.
The 30% solar tax credit could end in 2025. If you want to install solar on your residential or commercial property and receive this tax credit, call 608-780-2347 to get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy today.
The chips that you like are not on sale this week, so we're gonna have to skip those. Sorry, bud.
Aww. Hi, we're at Woodman's. I'm Clint. I'm Phil. At Woodman's, you don't need a flyer to find hot deals.
With our everyday low prices and huge selection, you can find anything you're looking for.
And still save big time on your whole grocery bill.
So I can get the groceries I want and save money? Looks like your chips are back on the list.
Yes. Thanks, guys.
It's
This river wasn't dammed in a day, and GMC trucks weren't built overnight. Like every American achievement, they are a result of dedication. Over 100 years dedicated to the art of engineering and the ambition to always move this country forward.
Or get 0% APR plus $2,600 total value on this Sierra 1500 model.
Visit your best choice GMC dealer today.
Where there's a flooded basement, there's a solution. Where there are wet spots or musty smells, there's an answer. Where wood damage or dry rot is stealing home value, there's an expert. American Waterworks. For wet basements, wood damage, and effects of dry rot, American Waterworks professional crack repair, waterproofing, sump pumps, and vapor barriers provide long-lasting solutions to tough problems. Wherever moisture problems surface, there's an answer. American Waterworks. Schedule your free inspection and estimate today.
I'm Jordan Rudolph, and I'm the owner of Unity Fitness. We just won Best Gym in Lacrosse and Best Personal Trainer in Lacrosse for the Best of in 2025. As our mission to serve and help have a positive influence on so many people, we can't thank you enough, the voters, for having our back and helping us spread that mission forward into helping more people in the area.
Thank you so much for trusting us with your goals and for 10 years of support.
We view people as more than a before and after. To see if you're the right fit for us or if we're the right fit for you, head over to unityfitnesspro.com and book your free discovery call with us today.
What is a hero? Not the kind from comic books and movies, saving the day. We're talking about everyday heroes, those with a special kind of courage or ability, those saving the day, one person at a time. News 8 Now wants to find those heroes and thank them for bettering our community. Go to news8000.com, click on Features, then Hometown Heroes to nominate someone you feel is truly a hometown hero. The First Warn Weather app. Download it today. Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Joey Chestnut, there he is. He'll be back at the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest this year. The champion eater was banned last year for partnering with a plant-based company. Yesterday, Chestnut pledged allegiance to Nathan's Famous once again. He's won the mustard yellow belt 16 times, and his record is 76 hot dogs and buns in 10 minutes. We'll see how he does on the 4th this year. Time for your morning news now. President Trump left the G7 early to confer with national security staff in light of tensions rising between Iran and Israel. The meeting follows Trump's call yesterday for a Tehran evacuation. Israeli attacks hit the Iranian capital overnight. The region contains crucial oil routes and U.S. military bases. A man has been charged with assassinating a Minnesota state representative and her husband. 57-year-old Vance Bolter made his first court appearance yesterday. He's charged in both state and federal court with murder. Bolter also shot another lawmaker and his wife. They survived. Police say he went to 2 other lawmakers' homes early Saturday.
This was a targeted attack against individuals who answered the call to public service.
Bolter was captured after a 36-hour manhunt near his home. Police found assault rifles in his car and a notebook with 45 lawmaker names. The Winona School District says it made a $1.6 million cut to next year's budget. Staffing changes will make up most of those cuts. The district is eliminating 5 elementary classrooms. Leaders say funding isn't keeping up with the cost to run the schools.
Every single aspect of our district operations continues to become more and more expensive every year.
The district also plans to leave some vacant positions open to save on costs.
All right, as we get into your day-to-day, late-day showers and storms possibly coming into the forecast, about a 40% chance of that occurring. It will increase as we go through the evening and overnight. We do have breezy and gusty winds coming in for Wednesday with showers and storms all day. That should go right through the evening commute and then end by that time. We'll also find ourselves with Thursday, holding on to a low chance of showers and storms, but don't let your guard down. More showers and storms coming in for Friday. That'll come in later on that day and then continuing on into the evening hours. We'll see some overnight showers coming in for Saturday, but it will also be fairly breezy as well as Saturday going into Sunday, and more storms coming in for Monday and Tuesday.
Thank you. The 90s return. A lot of us happy to see that. And thank you for waking up with us. Coming up at noon, we'll have the latest on the growing tensions in the Middle East and how President Trump is responding from the White House.